Welcome back to FatFitFam, Singapore's realest podcast. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Dan.
So this time we're going to talk about rugby again. So I heard that you have always been playing rugby and now you're a referee.
Yeah.
And then you're also part of this upcoming HSBC tournament.
Yes. Okay, so let me talk about it. I also have slides this time.
Yes.
Let's jump into it.
10 years challenge, 2016.
Have you seen this 10-year challenge? It's been on like social
I've seen it
media.
on Instagram.
Yeah, where they will
show your photo 10 years
pictures
ago.
from 10 years ago,
Okay.
and then you show your picture. Oh, you don't show your picture now, you just show your 10 years
Yeah.
ago. Okay, so it's 2026, 10 years ago. What was I doing and what did I look like, right? So this is me. Woohoo! We were... I mean, we've said it a few times that we are 30 this year, so 20 years old, 2016, which is crazy, right? Didn't you think about it?
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, but 10 years fly by damn fast, right? Don't you feel like you're still 20?
I
like,
still feel...
You know what I mean?
I think because we work out a lot, then I still feel...
Maybe.
My joints, my mobility is still there, you know.
Yeah, but on top of that, right, I still feel the... I want to say craving, the... What do you call it? Like the joy of a 20-year-old. I don't know. Like when I buy Legos or something, I just feel like I'm 20.
Maybe it's our coping mechanism, right? So I also feel when I see my number keep ticking up, then wow.
Yeah, I know.
This year we're already 30. It's tragic.
Yeah, it's tragic. We are 30, we're dinosaurs.
We are trying to find different coping mechanisms.
Yeah, so that's why we buy
stay
all the...
alive and young.
Stay youthful.
Feel young and youthful.
Young at heart, okay. Yeah. So yeah, I was 20 years old. We just already NS. I was playing rugby quite regularly. In fact, I think at this year, 2016, I actually won the rugby championship for Singapore, playing under this club called SEC. The SC Club is still around. They're still playing at a very elite level. I still see some of my teammates sometimes. But what I wanted to focus on was the rugby referee part, which was at that point, rugby referee, the official title is match official. It makes sense. And at that point, I was a level 1. There's level 1, level 2, and then there's some other accreditations and whatnot. But level 1 is the entry point. So I had 2 years plus experience refereeing. But of course, the pictures that I'm showing here is me playing. So it obviously translates well if you're a player and then you become a referee. But there are some people who actually never play and straight away become a referee. But I would think for me, psychology-wise, as a player, I know what another player wants to do. So as a referee, it really translates very, very well. So in fact, sometimes, I'm not hiding this. Sometimes when some of you like play and then you do like a very stupid move, right? I will say, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, as a referee on the field, because as a player, I know this is such a dumb move. And then after you hear the coach shouting also, why did you do that? Anyway, so this 10-year challenge, this is me 10 years ago. Do you think I look the same?
There are some distinguishable features.
Okay, I feel like I got more wrinkles now. Like really, like when I smile and all that.
I guess it's a more youthful look. I don't know how to explain it, but
this full of hopes and dreams.
Yeah, now it's just depression, I guess. Borderline depression.
Yeah. Okay, so we reverse a little bit forward. So 7-year challenge instead. So back to 2019. So I'm gonna dive into this. So this is where I'm at. So in 2019, before COVID. Before we all actually know what COVID was or COVID is, I was 23 years old. I retired from playing actually because I don't know. This is my philosophy, Jimmy. Is that I won the titles back to back.
You did mention it in the previous episode.
Yeah.
You said that you achieved everything already. There's no point in maintaining that status.
I won the title, the pictures. I won the title the first time. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm good. Maybe the team is good. Maybe we are, good. Okay, can. Then I was like, let's just win it one more time just to prove that year wasn't a fluke.
Yeah.
So I won 2 years in a row. Then I was like, okay, I'm not a fluke. I'm actually really good. Okay, let's retire. So I was retired. Because of the injuries and all that.
Like the give and take, the effort you put in.
It doesn't translate well. So anyway, I retired from playing and I was starting to quite enjoy rugby refereeing, or rather the opportunities I get as rugby referee were a lot better in terms of like I got to travel more, etc. So at this point, I took my second certification, which is match official level 2. So it's one step up. Level 2 and level 1, the difference is that level 2 is a bit more performance level. That means you're thinking about a lot more things on the field, things like when you provide an advantage. Do you know what an advantage is? So like when somebody does something wrong, you can actually say play on first.
You did mention about this.
Yeah, if it doesn't result in anything,
then you can
come back.
Oh,
Then you can come back to it or not, something like that. So your advantage conversion or this kind of thing. Okay, I won't get too depth into it because it's not a explanation video on what rugby refereeing is. Yeah, and then I have 5 years experience at that point as a referee. And then I highlight here, I was selected for HSBC 7 Singapore. Okay, I don't get into it first, but let's just have a look at the pictures here. So over here, actually, I was at that year, right? In 2019, they had this thing called in-goal judge. That means you are standing at the line there.
The touchdown line.
The touchdown line, yeah.
Okay.
So you can see whether the ball is being scored a try or not, lah.
Okay.
So over here, and then that's me on the TV screen. So I mean, these are 2 different pictures. The one at the top is me standing there, and then below is me on the big screen. Seeing whether the ball touched the ground or not, doing my job, and yeah.
Can you do this?
Yeah, no, the referee does that. The referee does that. Yeah. So and then that screen that you see below is actually broadcasted throughout the whole world.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, damn happy, like my face or like my ass is shown to the whole world. So that was really exciting. I want to play a video of me actually refereeing. So let's see if you can.
You need to click on the.
Oh yes.
Yes.
See if you can spot me. I mean, you can spot me.
Dream team in Hong Kong 7 days ago, and that's why.
Yeah.
It's something special. Gavin Villiers goes coast to coast.
So this is France versus. I can't see who that team is. But if you see here at
the side, that's you on the side.
This is me, bro. Yeah. So if you can see the pickup that I had, look at that. Look at that sprint speed. Look at that. I was catching up with him. Yeah.
Okay.
So at that point, I would say I was probably the lightest I was.
Lightest, fastest, most agile.
Wow, very hard to say whether it was then and now. I feel like now I'm a lot more aware of how I train, how to train the muscles properly, endurance training, and this kind of thing. But at that point, I think it's the youth of it. Like you're still so young.
More energy, more
23-year-old,
endurance.
yes, you're just using the power of youth to run. And
I get what you mean. You feel
training.
more mentally, you feel more energized.
Yeah.
Exactly. You
Exactly.
don't have so much responsibility. You can just F it, right?
F it, yeah.
It's better.
Yeah, exactly. So there was very minimal intentional training. It was just more of I was so young, my body is so prepared, I can just do it. Guys, welcome to FatFitFam. So this year, 2026, we're collabing with Repeat Order for protein coffee and
matcha creatine.
Yeah, matcha creatine. You can mix and match also. You can put creatine in your coffee or protein in your matcha. So up to you, right? So order from Repeat Order and enjoy. Remember to eat well,
Run fast.
lift heavy, and get your coffee fix from Repeat Order. Okay, so like you asked, right? What is HSBC Rugby Sevens? Okay, first of all, let me start with Jimmy. You're coming to see me at the HSBC.
Coming to see you.
This is the first time you are going to the HS.
First time HSBC, but I think it's going to relieve my nostalgia. When I was in secondary school, I was part of St. Andrews.
Yeah.
And then I always go to the mandatory rugby matches.
Yeah.
I think it's going to relive my nostalgia.
Yeah. And with the crowd feeling and all that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So I got Jimmy tickets.
Yeah.
So he's gonna come over on. It's a 2-day event. I didn't mention here, but it's a 2-day event. Saturday, Sunday, and Saturday he's gonna come and watch lah. Yeah. Sunday actually his tickets going to my parents, so fair enough. Okay. And then you're going with your partner, your girlfriend.
Partner,
So does she know anything about rugby?
I don't think she knows anything about rugby. Neither do I, but
So I suppose these slides will be a very great
something that
you can share with her.
Share, yeah.
And this podcast something
I only have very, very
limited
knowledge
okay.
about rugby.
Fair enough. I'm going a bit high level, so I won't go too in depth into the rules or whatever. Okay. But what is the HSBC Rugby Sevens, right? So it is. It features national teams from around the world broadcasted live on Sports Channel. So I show you like the image that I look live. Actually, the video also something that is live on TV. and national teams. So you might think, Dan just referees like the club in Singapore. No, I also got referee all this France versus New Zealand. Of course, very big rugby team, New Zealand. If you can think about it, it's something like the World Cup of rugby. But actually, rugby also has its World Cup. But that's at the 15 side. So the 7 side is this. Okay, I have a few slides to explain what 7s is versus 15s later. Okay, so but specifically for the HSBC Rugby 7, so HSBC is the title sponsor obviously, and it consists of multiple tournament stops for one season. So Singapore is one leg of it. So they have Hong Kong, they have Dubai, etc., where they have the exact same 2-day weekend format, Saturday, Sunday, where they battle out for points. So you can win. It's like F1 a little bit. You can win at this particular race, get your own trophy, blah blah. But then you have the next race, and then you get your own trophy. Then you accumulate all the points, and then see who's the
overall champion.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. So it consists of both men and women. So I include a picture below. So there are men and women teams. The team with, like I said, with the most points win the overall title. Okay, so why is this very interesting to me, right? It actually is a pathway for Olympic qualification. So I can't remember the top how many teams, but obviously the top few will go and participate in Olympics, which of course is an even bigger event in my opinion, because all other sports, they kind of like watch each other.
So because Olympics every 4 years, right?
Yes.
So I believe it's the year before, and they will qualify.
Wow, that's a very good question. I need to check that up. But this HSBC World Series is every year. So maybe the year or 2 years before that is a pathway lah. It doesn't mean that only this tournament is your criteria to go up. Okay. And it's play development for national rugby program. So actually a lot of the younger players that you will see in rugby 7s, maybe you might see during that weekend, they actually end up becoming like the future captains or the future really world star players in the times to come lah. But 7s is really very exciting. Okay, let me jump to the next one. So the differences between 7s and 15s. So this is something that you that I'll highlight. I picked out only a few aspects, not all the different aspects, but the key ones. So let me just see if
so 7s, it's a very short match duration.
Correct. Each match is very short. So the number of players, I think you mentioned in previous episode you played in your school. It was probably 15s.
Probably 15s. I remember it's a super long match
and a lot of people and whatnot. So or the ones that you watch your school team play, right? Is 15s. So rugby 7s, 7 players only on the team. So 7v7 versus the 15s on the other one. Match duration, one whole match is actually 2 halves of 7 minutes. Okay,
it's a very short duration. 7 minutes.
It is. But truth be told, right, as a referee, right, I do think one match is actually like very tiring because it's a lot of sprinting. It's not. It's very fast. Okay. Next one is space. So you have large open play. Obviously, you're playing on the same field actually. So both 15s and 7s is the same field size, which obviously just means that you have a lot more space per player, right? So a lot more running, a lot more ball in play lah. Next one is game pace. Like I said just now, it's very fast. You've seen the video just now. It's really very fast, continuous. Whereas 15 is a bit more slower, more tactical, it's more strategy to it. I would say 7s maybe a bit more individual star player kind of performance, kind of vibes, where if this person can individually perform, he can probably score. He doesn't need like a whole team to do it, kind of thing. Next one I highlighted here, the physical demands obviously for 15s, and I also do think that this is true for like local tournaments also lah, where you need more speed, more agility, more endurance. So when you see 7s players, which you're gonna see at the stadium, they are actually a bit more slimmer and leaner than the bigger ones that you see in the 15s at the international level, right? So the bigger ones in 15s can weigh like 110, 120 kilos, but the ones here probably weigh maybe 80, 90 kilos. Not super heavy, but they are still very big. So when you see them at the stadium in real life, right, you realize actually they're still very massive, and the speed that they run, right, is still very crazy. No offense to you, no offense to me also, they run faster than us, but they weigh like 90 kg, which is crazy. Crazy.
So looking at this, I didn't even know 7s existed. I always thought it was 15 people. Right. It's a lot of tackling. I think looking at the sevens is like it's crazy, you know. Looking at the amount of space you have to run around.
Correct.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, or from when I've been watching rugby also, I think sevens are definitely a lot more exciting to watch. 15s, I would say, is a bit more niche. If you really like it, then, or maybe if you play, you might want to watch it.
Yeah, I guess
as a normal spectator, sevens is.
If I relive my old memories, I realize whenever there's like a referee will stop the match, then you have to reorganize, do the layup or the scrum, depending on where you are.
It takes very long.
I feel like there's not enough movement, you know, and like there's a lot of setting up to do.
Yeah, maybe perhaps also is because you were, I wouldn't say accustomed, but like maybe because you watch like basketball or this kind of thing, you would think that it's that kind of fast-paced game, which is what excites you. So sevens is actually to me something like that. I don't really watch football like 11 aside. Okay, but you've watched those kind of games, right? It is a bit of a slogfest where 90 minutes very slow. Even I sometimes, even recently, right, I went to the sidetrack. I went to the Tampines Rovers versus Lion City Sailors finals of the don't know what cup. I went to the stadium to watch it because my friend last minute showed me. I went, right? Half the time I was like using my phone. I was chatting to my friend about some other thing that's not football because it was so slow. They were playing so defensively, so they were like passing each other, and then the only the last 5 minutes was super exciting.
I totally agree. It's all the passing around
and then you kind of like waiting 90 minutes for that 1 minute of spectacularness, which is like, wow, sometimes it does become a slog. So sevens is a great a different format to really enhance that, and I say a bit more basketball format. So actually, in fact, in sevens they score a lot more than the 15s. So as you can, like basketball is like 102 to 98 points, very high scoring compared to football 1-0, 2-0. So that's what sevens is. And the last one, multiple matches in a day for tournament format. So this matters to me because I have to referee a few matches in one day.
How do you actually cope with all the high endurance? A lot of sprinting involved, definitely.
Exactly. I mean, this honestly isn't my first sevens tournament. I've done it before, but I do remember last time when I first started out, like, oh, how am I gonna manage this? The tricky part is really trying to find that balance. Whether do you all out the first game, or do you kind of like spare a bit of energy and that kind of thing? But it's very tricky. I'll tell you why. Because as a referee, you actually don't know how many games you're doing on the day itself. Actually, what happens is it's a good thing where they actually they put your name out. Let's say the first 2 or 3 games. Then after that, right, they see how you perform and see which games next is best for you. It's very dynamic.
So how well you perform. So they actually judge your performance too.
On the day itself, yes, correct. So let's say the first game, I make a very big mistake. So they can give me the next game, but maybe the next game is an easier one-sided game to referee. Does that make sense?
One-sided means one team.
So let's say All Blacks versus Singapore Rugby. Right? It's very easy thing to referee because they're just gonna smash. You're just gonna basically be a beep test, like just run back and forth and just count the scores. Versus if you have an All Blacks versus South Africa, where both of them know exactly what they're doing. Sometimes they are doing very funny things that as a referee you need to kind of adapt to. So in that sense, that technical sense, you are only provided the schedule for the first and maybe the first 3 games. Then after that they assess, and then after that you see how much more you get. If you do a really big blunder of you or the like very big mistakes, or they think that you're not ready, you might not even get any more matches. So later I'll show you as part of my expectations. I do want to get as many matches as I can lah.
So for the whole day you're going to be doing a lot of sprinting.
Correct.
14 minutes at a time.
Yes. Okay, back to the point of how many matches I'm doing a day, right? Or how do I cope, right? I think that's the very tricky part, because I would have to my mindset is always give all out the first game, because you never know if you're going to get the next. Okay, so what's important is you give all out the first game, and there's a few game break because other referees will do it, and then after that your turn again, right? This break, typically 45 to 1 hour, I would say take your recover freaking seriously. So what I do, at that time for HSBC Sevens, the previous time I did it, is I go into an ice bath. to recover on the spot. And then I wear my tights, I do foam rolling, do whatever it can to recover before the next game, and then all out again, all out again, all out again.
What is an all out? Means
That means when I'm sprinting full speed.
okay.
When
Keep up with the ball.
the ball and the play. Even when the ball is stationary, I'm always on my toes. I'm like really ready to go, that kind of thing.
So you're awake and then agile.
Yes.
If it moves anywhere, you gotta
Correct,
move
you gotta
direction.
go. Yeah, there's actually okay, I don't want to get into this, but okay, I can. We have time. Is that where you position yourself as a referee actually matters. So imagine if this is the field, right? And like the attacking is going this way and this way, then you're the assistant referee here and here. Like when there is a scrum, like there's a certain position for you to stand to mark the defensive 5-meter line. Okay, I know this might not mean so much, but what I mean is that there is positions to stand. So you need to keep that in mind. At kickoff, where you need to stand. When the ball is being kicked, how you need to sprint, where you need to sprint. When a penalty is awarded, where should you position yourself. All of this matters. And not only that, the things that are happening at the sideline is very, very
You have
important.
to observe not just the ball but the players itself.
Correct, yeah, like
where
if,
they are.
Yeah, where they are. If their leg step out even a millimeter, you need to like kind of like be very sure.
Okay.
Because everything's on TV.
Yeah.
You also need to like catch things that happen behind the referee's back, because referee's primary objective is to look at the ball
Yep.
and what's happening with the ball. Sometimes the ball is passed out, right? Then the referee running for the ball already, but then behind the guy is punch the other guy.
Okay.
Yeah, you as a assistant referee is supposed to catch
moves
that.
And anything.
Yes.
Yep.
So sometimes I myself get caught up by watching the ball also, because I'm just so in the frame of this, watch the ball lah.
Yeah.
But then actually you have to watch around the ball.
You must have a wide vision.
Yes,
You can
yes.
look at the general direction.
And also alert, yeah. So okay, let's do this exercise, right? So if this guy punch this guy, right?
Yeah.
Then you're watching the ball and you're like, oh shit, somebody just got punched. I need to call that in, right? Okay, you have comms to call it in, right? But what's the next step? Who punched? Who punched who?
Okay.
So you need to remember New Zealand number 7, or is it number 17?
You look at the bit number 2.
Yeah, you also need to remember. Yeah.
Okay.
You need to tell. And then once you tell, because where the penalty for rugby is awarded is where the infringement happened. So you also need to tell the referee, it happened there, this guy punched that guy, so what is the guy's colour and what's the guy's number? Okay, we go by colour number lah, but if you want also you can do like say country also. Yeah, for this particular case.
So you already have your brain needs to be working, your legs need to be working.
Correct. Yeah,
and
that whole
plus
40 minutes need to be
okay.
switched on. Yeah.
Plus it's a field lah. It's harder to run also.
Correct.
You would say it's harder to run.
And you have to remember that this HSBC Sevens is not some locally run tournament. It's an international one on TV with everything, right? Money,
Everything's
is
at stake. Yeah.
In fact, I mean, not to put it out there, but I'm pretty sure you can bet on this. Like internationally, like who wins the tournament. So your decision technically matters a lot. For these kind of cases. Of course, when I'm refereeing, right, I always think every game is the same. That's how I always go into it. Whether it's a primary school game or it's a HSBC Sevens higher level game, I will always think to referee these two the same impartial or normal way that I do refereeing. But of course, these things do creep in your head lah, that these things matter a lot. So back to the points. So yeah, multiple matches in a day versus one match, then you recover per week. Maybe we go for one more slides for the differences, and then after that we can take a break and call for the next episode.
I need some visuals.
Yeah, some viz, man, some viz. Yeah, so he gets tackled.
Okay.
You need to reset in a way. This is called a rug lah, so you need to reset. Pass some more. Yeah, it's taking a while.
After you ruck, only your teammate can take the ball, right?
No, the opposition can jackal it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a very difficult thing to referee also actually. But yeah.
So I see every time you ruck, man, only the green took.
Yeah, the first one wearing black, he's trying to get the ball.
Okay.
But he's getting pushed away. Yeah.
I see. Oh, okay.
So you see,
they're struggling.
okay, this one they never contest.
Okay.
But the previous one there was some contest.
So it's like constant tackling.
Yes. Yeah, see, so they're trying to contest to dig for the ball. Yeah, see, then they got it.
I see. Okay. Oh, then okay.
Yeah. So he can kick it.
Then if it goes out, then you have to.
Okay, this one didn't go out.
But you cannot kick forward, right? You know?
You can kick forward, kick it backward also.
You cannot pass forward.
You cannot pass forward, right? Yeah. Okay, maybe I pause here lah.
Okay.
So my point is 15, right? There's a lot of tackling, there's a lot of
collisions,
and then a lot of we call it a reset lah. So they ruck. And then
I
they
guess
reset.
you can rest a bit.
Yes, something like that. As a referee, I'm just standing there actually most of the time at the side there. I'm just looking at it as it gets hit and hit and hit, and then I'm just watching again. And then it's a slogfest. It takes really a while for the ball to make any progress both ways, and sometimes it makes progress both ways, but nothing happens, no scoring whatsoever. Okay, and then let's see sevens. Oops. Move us away. Okay,
perfect.
So sevens. Okay, this one's special. What I've done is I actually put a video from our Singapore national team. Okay, so I was watching these games. I think this was at the SEA Games. So let's have a look. So it's a lot more space. Yeah, less tackling, less rucks, a lot more running, a lot more speed.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So then the score. I know almost all of these players lah, like real friends on the field. So running by the open space at the wing, at the side.
And now the pick up and go. It's the strong man Thorgan to use. Eventually pressure from Philippines here. Can they burst through? Singapore's defence needs to hold it down wide. A little more pace and they would have been in. Philippines. Coleman is caught though, and Singapore make a great tackle and force the error. It's the knock on from Philippines. Ball needs to be fit, but they need to claim it. And it's Philippines. Too much pressure.
Okay, so I'm just gonna end anyway. So my point is that there's more open space for you to run, less tackling, more opportunities to score, and higher scoring game. Yeah, I mean, those of you who didn't know, one try is like when you touch on the ball and you score lah. It's 5 points, and then when you kick a conversion afterwards, it's 2 points. So things like that. So games can go to like 50, 60 points aside, versus if you go to those international levels, for a long period of time, it can only be 15-0 maybe, like 3 tries or 2 tries. Very much like football versus basketball. So what is the HSBC Sevens to me? Okay, so I think, I have a video on this. So how about we take this to the next episode, Jimmy? Because I think we are just about there for our episode.
It's a quick introduction to the HSBC Sevens. I didn't know what Sevens was.
Yeah.
And then it looks very interesting. I think I'm very excited to attend the match, attend the tournament, and actually see how it goes.
Yes.
Fast paced. I want to see more tries. I want to see more conversions.
More excitement, I guess. Yeah, correct.
And I'm very excited to go and watch you.
So to that point, right, I also wanted to say that a turnover is very possible. So that means you could be losing in football terms 3-0 and come back 4-3, something like that, because of the fast-paced nature. Versus, those long slogfest, it's like, you have 5 minutes left, you have 20 points to catch, it's not even possible. That kind of thing. Yeah. So that concludes the first episode of what HS Rugby Sevens is, explaining to you the difference between 15s and 7s, what it kind of looks like, and the demands of each format of the game. And why to me 7s is a lot more exciting. I think to a lot of you as well would agree. Yeah. So remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below if you're going to the 7s. Actually, I think when this episode comes out, right, the 7s is over. so a bit shame that this didn't come out in time, just because of scheduling and all this kind of thing. If not, I would have encouraged all of you to come and watch. But of course, there will definitely be a next year for this. So let's see. Yeah, so comment down below. Did you go to the tournament? Did you enjoy it? Was it your first time watching rugby per se, like Jimmy? Not your first time, but 7s.
More or less the first time.
Yeah. I guess,
Nothing else from me. Very excited to see your next episode.
Alright, remember to eat well,
run fast,
and lift heavy. Alright, see you guys in the next episode.